Now let's see where are the other 3 regions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 5. Here we have 6, and this is the 7th region. This is how it is actually calculated. Store it in the n variable here. Here it will be stored in the n variable, whatever the number of lines we are going to give. So hello everyone, today we are going to solve Accenture based coding problem which has been asked in Accenture interviews for quite multiple number of times, and not only Accenture, it has been asked in Capgemini, Cognizant and many such MNCs. So here what is this problem about? And not only this, there can be multiple different scenarios made, but the problem that could be the same. So now let's see what is the problem statement and what is the scenario that we have here. So we have a problem statement, and the problem statement says that maximizing plane regions with straight lines. Now what it is about? Calculating the maximum number of regions by n lines. By drawing n lines, how many different regions can be created in a plane. So what is the problem statement here? In the captivating world of geometry, a curious student named Tim and a knowledgeable teacher named Miss Smith are exploring the fascinating patterns created by intersecting straight lines on a plane. They have discovered that n straight lines can create a mesmerizing arrangement of distinct regions, each bounded by these lines. Now here we will be given the number of straight lines which is equal to n, and we have to help Tim to impress Miss Smith by calculating the maximum number of distinct regions that can be formed through the intersection of these lines. Now here what we have to do, we have to write a function or program that takes an integer n as input and returns the maximum number of regions m. Now that can be obtained by the intersecting lines. Now here what will be the input here? An integer n representing the number of straight lines. It can be anywhere from 0 to 100. Then we have output here. Now what will be the output? An integer representing the maximum number of distinct regions m formed by the intersection of the n straight lines. Now here we have some examples here. Now what are the various examples? Suppose the user gives the input as 2, so the output will be 4. The user gives the input as 3, the output is 7. If the user gives input as 0, if there are no lines, then we are clear that there is one region. So here with 2 lines intersecting, the plane is divided into 4. When 3, then the plane is divided into 7 regions, and when there is no lines, the plane has one single region. Now here we have to help Tim demonstrate their mathematical powers by solving this problem and determining the maximum number of regions that can be formed using the given straight lines. So let's suppose that this is the plane that we have here, okay. Now here let's see how many regions can be formed. So now here we can see that we don't have any lines. This is one plain simple region. Nothing is divided, one simple region we have here. So here right now the number of lines are 0. So the total number of regions formed is 1. Now suppose if I just draw one simple line on the plane. Now here how many different regions has been formed here? Here we have now 2 different regions, region 1 and this is region 2. On the left and on the right we have here 2 regions. For one line we have 2 regions here. If I draw another line here, let's say if I draw this line here as this, so how many regions do we have here right now? So here we have 4 different regions, 1, 2, 3 and here we have and here we have the fourth region. Now similarly, as it is said, for two lines we will have, for two lines how many regions do we have? We have 4 regions. For 3 lines we will have 7 regions. So now how we are going to have 7 different regions here? Suppose if I draw a line, let's say here. Now here, we already have 4 different regions. Now let's see where are the other 3 regions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 5. Here we have 6, and this is the 7th region. This is how it is actually calculated. So now if you have to find out that what is actually going on here and how we are supposed to find, so what it is actually, so here for 0 regions it is n. So now can we say this as 0 plus 1, this one is 1 plus 1, this one is 3 plus 1, and here this is 6 plus 1. Now everywhere we have a 1 here. This is okay. We don't have to look for this. Now here we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 3 and 6. Now this 0, 1, 3 and 6, what are they? Now what is the sum of first 0 natural number? It means no natural numbers. It is 0. For first 1 natural number, the sum is 1. The sum of first 2 natural numbers is 3. The first 2 natural numbers are 1 and 2, so the sum of 1 and 2 are 3 here. The sum of first 3 natural numbers, 1, 2 and 3, it is 6. So that is what we have to find. So we simply have to find the sum of first n natural numbers. If the input number of lines are n, so just find the sum of first n natural numbers, add 1, and that is the answer here. Now let's see how it is actually going to work as a program. So here I have created a function as int max regions. Now this int max regions, this is going to return whatever be the total, whatever be the maximum number of regions that is formed. Now here we have the main, we have 2 different variables, integer n and regions. Now here first we have to take the input from the user, that enter the number of lines that are to be drawn in the region there, and take it as the input, store it in the n variable here. Here it will be stored in the n variable, whatever the number of lines we are going to give. Then we are calling the max regions function here. Now here we have the max regions function. It returns a value that is stored in regions, and it is clearly printed here as the plane is divided into %d regions. Now here let's see the max regions. Now what are we doing here? We all know that what is the sum of first n natural numbers. The sum of first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. This is the sum of first n natural numbers. So that is what we are doing here. Whatever the user gives the input as n, so n into n plus 1 divided by, we are dividing the number by 2, and that's it. And whatever we get the result, add 1 every time, and then store it in the max variable, and at last we are simply returning the max value here. This is how this problem has to be solved. Now let's see by executing it that how it actually works. So here let's suppose if we give the input here as 0, so for 0 number of lines we will have total 1 region. The plane is divided into 1 regions. Now let's execute it again. If we execute it again, and if we give here the input as, let's say, 3, so for 3 number of lines we will have total 7 regions. If we take the input as, let's say, 5, so the sum of first 5 natural numbers is 15. So here it will be giving us the result as 16. Total 16 number of regions will be formed. So here we have the plane is divided into 16 regions. This is how this program is actually going to work, and that's it. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can definitely get back to us. You can write it in the comment section. We will get back to you, and please press the like button because that gives us a motivation to make a new video every time, and please subscribe to our channel to stay updated and to get notified whenever we are uploading a new video. Thank you very much. Keep learning.